Historical Reconstruction of Aryan X.
Episode 33, Nirvana. The name of Kurt Cobain's famous vocal group is Nirvana. Do you all know the meaning of the name Nirvana? As explained so far, the person who was born in Ufa, Kazakhstan around 3897 BC returned to the cradle of humanity in Central Asia to widely benefit humankind and opened the heavens is referred to in Korean history as the bright and brilliant person Hwanung Chienwang. In the history of Buddhism, this greatly enlightened person, Daeung, is called Vairocana Buddha. The bright and brilliant king of heaven appearing in Korean history, Hwanung Chienwang, and the greatly enlightened person appearing in Buddhist history, Daeung, Vairocana Buddha, are the same individual. The land in Central Asia where he resided was called Cheonchukguk, the Holy Land of Buddhism, and this place also appears as the name of Korea's capital, Seoul. So, what is the connection between Kurt Cobain's Nirvana, the Buddhist Holy Land of Cheonchukguk, and Seoul? Nirvana is called Yolban in Korean. If you divide the syllable Yol in Yolban into two, it becomes Yolru. The place names Yolru, Yaru, and Aru refer to that very Al and Lal of Central Asia. When the two syllables of Aru are combined into one, it becomes Al. The bond in Yolban, the meaning of Nirvana, means bright in ancient Korean. Therefore, Yolban also means the bright one of the land of Al. Yolban is also referred to as Haital, which means enlightenment. Haital signifies the state of having attained enlightenment, of being awakened. This very place was the land of Haital, Cheonchukguk, where the center of Buddhism was located. The Hangan River that flows through Seoul, the capital of Korea, is called Arisu. This means the water flowing in the land of Al is Arisu. Of course, this is not to say that present-day Korea, located in the Far East, was the center of Central Asia in history. The historical center of Central Asia is indeed the place in Turkmenistan that you are seeing. This place where the heavens were opened, the Buddhist Holy Land of Cheonchukguk, was the Seoul, where the spirit of the entire world resided, and it was the Nirvana of Yolban, the land of Haital. For reference, the capital of Korea is called Seoul. Do you know where this word comes from? Because it was the place where the souls and spirits of all people in the world resided, the Buddhist Holy Land of Cheonchukguk in Central Asia was called Seoul, and this pronunciation became fixed as the current Seoul. There is a river on the Google map that flows at length in front of the land of Yolban, Cheonchukguk, turns left, then flows back inside the Five Peaks, passing through the front of the Samgaksan mountain in the center. For reference, the wide plain area surrounded by three mountains on the Google map is Hanyang of Korean history, where the emperor, the son of heaven, resided, and it also became Chang'an of Chinese history. The one who occupied this place became the emperor of the world and received the authentication of the Buddha. This place where the son of heaven, the emperor, resided was called the middle country under the heavens, Junguk, like center country, in history. This river, which flowed in front of Cheonchukguk, made a large turn to the left and then flowed again before the emperor's land in the center of the Five Peaks, also becomes the Nirvana River. But are you aware of the fact that the name of this river is currently distributed all over the world? First, I will list the current river names that use the name of the Yolban River, which flows through this land of Haital, Cheonchukguk. The Yol of Yolban was said to be Yolru, Aru, Yaru, Al, and Lal. In Korean history, this place name appears as the Hangan River, the Arisu flowing in Seoul, and the Amnakgang River, which is the Apsu of Aru and Yaru. Also, the place where the emperor resided, Hanyang, was called the Golden Land, so it was also called the Ganggang River. These were all different names for the same single river. Of course, there are many other names, but I will omit them. The place where the emperor, the son of heaven, lived was also called Chang'an, Yaoyang, Yangju, and Huangju in Hanja characters. This is a fact that these place names have been transplanted to present-day China as the Changjiang, Liaohe, Yangjiang, and Huanghe. In other words, a single river that was in the center of Central Asia has been transplanted as place names in present-day China, being called various names, and is brazenly established for the purpose of historical distortion.
And this Nirvana River of Central Asia has been transplanted as a place name in the Siberian Far East as the Amur River. Amur, Al, and Aru are the same word. The reason why Aryan X knows these phonetic rules is that the world's place names and languages are interlinked within the phonetic rules of the Korean language. Furthermore, this Nirvana River from the center of Central Asia has also been transplanted as a place name in present-day India. Do you know which rivers those are? They are the famous Ganges and Indus rivers of India. The Buddhist holy land of Chonchukuk in Central Asia was called India. Therefore, from this word India in Central Asia, the Indus of present-day South Asian India was created. Also, the central Nirvana River from the center of Central Asia gave its name to two famous large rivers in present-day Uzbekistan. They are the Amu Darya and the Sur Darya. R is the Al of Central, and Sur is a Korean word meaning white and bright. The Bon of the Yolban River, the meaning of Nirvana, is said to be like a bright fire, so it also becomes the same word as the Vol of the Volga River, attached to Russia. The Volga of the Volga River is also the Korean word for bright. The Yolban River is also a river that flows so majestically and then suddenly disappears. For people from this region, the term Yolban entering Nirvana can be compared to the disappearance of the Yolban River, symbolizing sudden disappearance, that is, death. The way it suddenly disappears and then abruptly reemerges as an underflow seems to be a wonderful symbolic representation of the image of reincarnation. Although it is now the Yolban River, its ancient names were Gangsu or Hanga or Hangagang. Therefore, the people who settled here called it Gangsu or Gange, which became the name of the Ganges in present-day India. Since Gautama Buddha entered Nirvana on a tributary of this river, this region and the river flowing through it became the Yolban River. Thus, in that region's notation, it became the Nirvana River, that is, the Yolban Nagagang or Yolbangang. The Yolban River, where the Buddha we have encountered in history, passes through Seoul in Chonchukuk where the heavens were opened, penetrates the central land where the emperor, the son of heaven, resided, and flows far away through a freshwater lake and a sea with tides. The freshwater lake and the sea with tides were called Sodongjanghho and Daedongjanghho. For your information, the majority of Korean words are composed of the phonetic sounds of Hanja. In other words, if you know Hanja, you can learn Korean quickly, and if you don't know Hanja, it can be difficult to understand the meaning of Korean phonetic sounds. You must understand, not just memorize, to acquire the language quickly. For example, 감사합니다 is the same as thanks in English, but the pronunciation 감사, gansha is a phonetic sound from Hanja. That is, the word that determines the meaning of 감사합니다 is the Hanja phonetic sound 감사, gansha. Therefore, instead of blindly memorizing what is written in Hangul, you need to know the meaning of the Hanja phonetic sounds among the Hangul notations to understand quickly. In episode 5, it was stated that the creators of the Hanja we know were not the people of present China, but the Koreans who were in Central Asia, and that this Central Asia, Turkmenistan, was the center of the world, Jungkook, China, where the emperor resided. Please remember the truth that in this Central Asia existed the Buddhist holy land of Chonchukuk, the very Nirvana of Kurt Cobain's passion-filled vocal group. In the next episode, we will reveal the religious perspective of this Chonchukuk, whether the bright teaching of Buddhism, Folkyo, that existed here treated humans as servants of an almighty creator like Christianity or Catholicism, which you are generally familiar with, or if it treated humans as equals to the almighty God. I sincerely hope that you will contact many people to participate in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The heavens and the earth will tremble. The subtitle language can be translated into the language of each country, so please make use of it. If there are any issues, please contact me through the comments or via Google Mail. My Google Mail address is aryanrealhistory@gmail.com. The YouTube video address is Historical Reconstruction of Aryan X or History Restoration of Aryan X. Everyone, your subscriptions and likes are your conscience and passion for the truth, so please do not forget them.